Cobalt Therapy Unit has been at KPH since the beginning of the hospital.
We see approximately 35 to 40 patients on a daily basis. And usually most of these cases are cancer of the prostate, cancer of the cervix, cancer of the lung, cancer of the rectum, and head and neck tumors as well. We see most of those.
This patient has a carcinoma of the nasopharynx. What we are doing now, we are just trying to get him, we are straightening him to make sure, the beam is centered in the right area.
Cobalt is a really radioactive source that is used to deliver radiation to cancers, various cancers.
What we give per each fraction per day, that varies from case to case. Because if it's cancer of the breast, the treatment time we're going to give the patient per day is going to be different from the cancer of the prostate, because they are completely two different cases. And depending on the dosage that is given to that particular disease, that will determine how many minutes the patient is going to spend in the treatment room.
It is not really the ideal equipment at this time. It's kind of outdated. We have to replace the source intermittently as it deteriorates and it becomes no longer effective to deliver the treatment. There is collateral damage, that normal tissues get irradiated and the tumor dose is also reduced. If we should have a linear accelerator, then the tumors or the target that we're trying to destroy would be better able to get it at the right spot, and we deliver an effective dose, a much higher dose to the tumor, and kills the cancer cells. Other organs which are near to the tumor will not get a radiation damage, and the patient will have a much more effective treatment, one, and of course, less side effects.
This disease has turned my world upside down, inside out.
Cancer treatment is very expensive, very, very expensive. It has left me flat broke. Just taken all my resources. But then, persons like Scotiabank and some of the corporate persons who have come on board now to assist with this machine will alleviate a lot of problems.
11 of us will walk starting tomorrow morning at 3 o'clock in the morning from Montego Bay right to Kingston. A lot of persons said, it is impossible. What you're thinking about is madness. It cannot be done.
When I was told about this thing, I said, oh, hold on. Are these people sure what they're talking about? Are these people from the mental health unit or the mental health recovery unit?
The Jamaica Cancer Society fully endorse and support this very worthwhile initiative to acquire the linear machine, as this will go a long way in providing the quality of treatment that our cancer patients deserve.
We wrote to companies and organizations and told them that we wanted their support in raising funds to purchase this machine, and each walker had to raise $1 million. So Scotiabank started the ball rolling with $200,000.
Today really exemplifies what can take place with a very strong vision, committed team members and planning team.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining us this morning. It's been a long journey. We have worked really hard, trained really hard, and everybody on this team has gone through the experience of knowing what it is to prepare for this event. We started in Montego Bay at 4 o'clock Friday morning. We would walk for 2 hours and rest for 2 hours. And that walk-rest situation led to us having 2 teams.
Yeah, smoking treatment of cancer. Really want to get the machine.
First team would go out and walk for 2 hours. When their 2 hours are finished, they would rest, be iced down, reviewed by the nurse to ensure that everybody's okay. After every rest period, there is a review.
I just lost my grandaunt probably about 15 minutes ago to lung cancer. And I have to persevere. I'm not stopping. Otorius first stop, and then we're headed into Kingston tomorrow, and I'm doing this for her.
We're trying to maintain a minimum pace of about 4 miles per hour. If we do that, then we should be in Otorius in 14.2 hours.
Actually, I've gone 12 hours at this point. We have another estimated 5 hours before we get into Otorius.
We got into Ocho Rios a little later than we expected, and that allowed us now to sit down last night and review our first day.
You have just seen part 1 of a 2-part episode. Part 2 can be seen next week at the same time. The Teller was brought to you by Scotiabank Group.